Hey guys, it's your boy Ryu9535 here, and I am here to say I got top four at Grandmaster Games, World Championship qualifiers, the Invitational or whatever. It was pretty awesome. Honestly, the day started off really rough. I was X1 after round one, which was not fun. And it was I thought I was done for the day, but then we just played hard, played like we had no fear, and we ended up coming away with fourth place. So I'm pretty happy. It performed relatively well. I mean, the deck was pretty okay. There's definitely changes I would make, but yeah, from the title of this video, it is DragonLink. Now, before I reveal, I'm going to go a little bit in depth with this deck profile. I think that I have a pretty good understanding of DragonLink, so I'm really going to explain some of my card choices and also kind of what I'm going to really like alter with this deck, because there's a lot that kind of didn't go a way I would have liked based on my card choices. So hopefully we can improve it, right? So hit the like button down below, smash the subscribe button. You guys are awesome. And we're gonna have a comment question of the day. What deck should I try out next week? I'll play it at locals next week, and I'll do a review of how I do. I was thinking Fluanderies. I do not have the Sword Soul core anymore. So yeah, I mean, comment below. Let me know what you guys think I should play. I mean, I'm kind of leaning, honestly, I might just play some Fluanderies. Try it out. Apparently, it's pretty cool. Wind Barrier's a good card. Rise of the Megamonarch, pretty good card. So, yeah, I'm going to try out that. But, yeah, comment below if you guys have any other deck ideas. I'm always willing to try out new decks, trying to learn new ways to play. But, yeah, here we go. So this, of course, is going to be DragonLink, so we want our rocket engine, and so the best rocket is Rocket Tracer. Still, even with the new support, unfortunately, I didn't really want to. The reason I played DragonLink today over like Sword Soul or Fluanderies is because I wanted time to test with the deck, and I wanted to be confident about what I was going in with. So I made a few changes, but unfortunately, I don't think any of the new support for like Rocket or Boral or whatever is really that great. It's kind of unfortunate. I'd have to test out more. I mean, Rock Caliber is an interesting card, but it's a tuner, and it almost makes it worse that it's a tuner because, you know, you have Tracer as your pretty much your primary tuner. So being able to like Tracer it out, I'd be like, okay, it's good because it's also an extender, but it's a tuner, so I don't think it's as good. It's unfortunate, but I don't know. Maybe it leads to some like Exceed 4 plays, or I don't know. I have to test it more. But yeah, 3 Tracer. Tracer performed really well. Tracer's a great card. Obviously, the quick effect of pop, it scares a lot of people. I actually lured out some negates with the Tracer pop, even though I had like a further extender in hand. And so it does lure out a lot of like interruptions, which is obviously if it goes through, it's crazy. But if it doesn't go through, it's like, oh, all right, whatever. It's especially if they soft block it, like it's not bad. You can usually go into like a quad Boral or something like that, which is nice. 2 Synchron. Synchron is a great card. You don't need 3 of this, but 1 is too little. Like you honestly want 1 for follow up and 1 for a possible turn 1 play. But you always want to be able to, like, if you do tribute your seal, you summon out maybe like an Absorouter, or like if you hadn't used your Absorouter before, you summon Absorouter and add Rocket Synchron. You can, yeah, it's just honestly great card. You need 2 of it. 1 Rocket Recharger. This is obviously like probably the worst one to draw, but I mean, it is what it is. You kind of need it for your Synchro 8 plays. And also, it does come in handy like when you can pitch it for like the extra deck card and like summon out like a hot red or something. Like it gives you really good follow-up, which is nice. It like brings out some big cards for follow-up. So you of course need your quick launches. Quick launches is crazy. This card's honestly busted, so there's not much more to say about it. It's literally E-Telly but 3. Like it's crazy. Like am I the old, like it's literally insane. Boot sector, you obviously won boot sector. It sucks to draw, but it's pretty much like out of all the DragonLink stuff, like Dragon's Ravine, like you can draw that. Nocta Vision and Abstrider suck if they are on their own, but like that rarely ever happens. Boot sector's the only one that's like, I wish I didn't draw that, but it is what it is. It can be an okay, like if you open it and like if you sit rockets, it can help you like push through boards, which is nice, but like you'd rather just search with striker. So, and then of course we got one Abstrider. I think one's all you need. I mean, I could see two maybe, but honestly, I think one's fine. Like a lot of the time they'll just like summon Rocket Synchron, special summon it back, and then send it to grave, and then you get the search anyways. So I think one's fine. You could possibly run two. I would not play more than two though. Yeah, probably one's fine. I really liked one. It was nice. And then of course the honorary card Dragon Ravine goes with Abstrider pretty much all the time. But it also, if you can keep it on the board, it honestly is nice like follow up because you can pitch for like safer and then add like Levianeer back. You can send like maybe like I don't know, like Chamber Dragon Maid if you had like milled like a Tidying and special summon it back. You can summon it and like it's just a nice card. Like this card's pretty fire. Huge fan. So this also I should explain. DragonLink's kind of separated into 5 subsections, in a sense, subsections, and this is the rocket one. So this is obviously like the biggest one. Most important to the deck, but also I mean all the parts are important, but like equally as important is the chaos part. And so this is kind of like the second part of DragonLink is the chaos part, and the best card probably in the whole deck is Chaos Space. Like this card is honestly insane. Like it adds as long as you have a light or a dark, like it adds one of the dragons, like it adds Levianeer to hand. It gives you good draws for possible follow-up. Like, this card's crazy. It puts Striker in your grave, or back into your deck. Like, this card is bananas. This card is so good. Like, it's crazy. And then the weaker version of Chaos Space is Starly Safer. Starly Safer can do a few things that Chaos Space can't. It adds Levianeer pretty decent. It avoids, it honestly gets hit by the same stuff that Chaos Space gets hit by, like Ash, pretty much. Like, you can't Veiler it, or they might hit like the Veiler at the start, which is like fine because then you just go like Striker and continue on with that. But yeah, this card's great. I'm a big fan of Safer. You need to play 3 of it because it's one of your few starters that is really gives you like full combo. We have the black and white dragon. These cards are limited for a reason. These cards are crazy, especially with Chaos Space. Chaos Space makes these cards way more busted. It's literally like 2 extenders and a +1 when you open Chaos Space. Like that's why the Chaos Space is so good. It's these cards too. And then Chaos Dragon Levianeer is like the 3rd musketeer that is like also like the best musketeer. Like this card's so crazy. A lot of the times I'll banish darks and just spin a card to hand. Like that happens like way more often than you think, which is awesome. Because it's making your opponent go against your board with 1 less card is just, I mean, it's insane. But yeah, it's a very good card. Very nice. It lets you go into like seal early. It lets you go into like a few things. Like honestly, this card is really, really good. And Safer adds it back for follow up. 2 Nocta Vision. This is kind of like the miscellaneous DragonLink cards. So the Nocto is I decided to put 2 in because I actually had 1 in it, but for a while, and I said no. You know what? This card is so good that it's worth the extra slot. I did play 43 cards, so I did play like a thick deck, but this card warranted the 43rd spot. Like this card was so nice today. It let me chain block, and honestly, this card lets you push through boards as well because it lets you like chain block your strikers, and that means that like maybe your striker stays when it would be destroyed, and that lets you chain block like your Romulus. So it keeps like Romulus from being stopped from like an Omni Negate or something like that. And so because of that, it lets you push through boards with like the powerful spell cards that you need. So this card is so nice. And of course the +1 of the draw is just ridiculous. Honestly, a lot of the time I would like chain block the draw with like Romulus's Dragon Ravine. Like I would be like, adding Dragon Ravine is worse than getting the free draw. Like the free draw is crazy. I don't want people to like stop me from getting a free draw. And then we played Chamber and the 2 tidying. Shout out my boy Braden, Stanky, my guy. I called him this morning about 20 minutes before the tournament, and I was like, man, I need you to look over my deck. Let me know what you think. And he was like, Chamber Dragon Maid package probably should be, I was siding it, and he's like, he's probably should be main decks. And I was like, you're right, bro. It's so good. And it was good. It was good today. I didn't actually use it nearly as much, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay to not use it as much. Tidying is a great card, but it's almost, with the package I was running, like, it's honestly a little bit like it's just, you don't need it, you know what I mean? And so it was really good, and it gives you good follow-up too. Like, if you go Chamber, add Tidying, and it gives you the follow-up to add another Tidying and a body next turn, like, it's pretty nice to be able to extend. Like, I get why people play like 3-2, like, it does make sense, but in this deck it was getting a little tight, so and you don't need the extra, you don't need this as a normal summon. It's not like a full extender. Another reason why I played a second Nocto Vision though was because if you go Chamber, normal Chamber, and if they don't interrupt with it and you add Tidying, you can link it off for Striker, and then you can chain your Nocto, and you can still like combo off, which is nice. So that's why I thought Nocto was good if you're playing Chamber Dragon Maid. Next is the kind of like the fourth package in this deck, and that is the going second cards. And I played quite a few going second cards. I think I played 12 in the main deck, so and in 43 cards, so it was decently high number, I think. I was pretty happy with the hand trap lineup. There was one time I got cross out designated on one of my on the effect failure, but I mean, it is what it is, right? 3 Ash. It's honestly one of the best hand traps, especially with like Fusion Destiny out there now running around, like Ash Blossom on Fusion Destiny. That happened twice today. It's pretty nice. It's pretty good. 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is really good because you get to add it off Chaos Ruler, and it's like a free interruption off Chaos Ruler if you want. Just makes Chaos Ruler almost like a I don't know, like a monster effect negate, because you get to add it, right? Like, it's just nice. It's a good option to draw. It's a light target, all around good card. I liked it. Same with 2 Nib. Nib wasn't crazy today, although against my final match against Adam Emancipator, I dropped it game 1, and it won me game 1. It was very nice. They overextended, and I was able to capitalize, which was awesome. 2 Imperm. I was originally not playing Imperm, and I was actually playing Phantasme. And thinking of my matchups, I mean, Phantasme probably would have been all right. But honestly, I didn't play any of the new stuff like Sword Soul or Fluonder East, but neither of them play Links. So definitely Phantasme wouldn't have been strong if I went against those decks, so I decided against it. But Imperm was very good. Again, shout out Stanky, you helped me with that one. But Imperm pulled its weight. It was a nice card. And then 3 Droplets, card's cracked. I've been saying it since the end of time, and it will be. This card is probably the best going second card I've ever seen, to be honest. I think it's way better than Dark Ruler. I think in certain decks, just being able to like utilize it on going first and like setting it as like another interruption is just so good. Honestly, I think it's one of the most underrated parts. And so that's 38 cards. So the final 5 cards are, we decided to play this. Let me give my honest opinions about this right now. Story Phoenix Enforcer is crazy. It's so good. It is an unreal card. The bricks suck. I hate bricks. It made me kind of miss the Gamma package a little bit, because I was like, that's only 1 brick. That's only driver, and it's a light target. So, you know what? It was Fusion Destiny, good card, because it let me, like, even if I got interrupted like twice, I was able to like Fusion Destiny, and then I would be able to send them and some Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and that card is insane. It's really, really good. I can't explain how good that card is. And the bricks are not as bad as Red Eyes and Dark Magician. This card lets you draw 2 cards, which came up multiple times today and was great every single time. Dasher came up once where I got Special Starly Safer, and then it let me normal sync run that turn. So that was pretty good. And then Fusion Destiny is a 10 times better card than Red Eyes Fusion. You do not need to rely on Verte. I actually think I only Verte'd once today. Most of the time I either hired to open this or I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go into seal instead. Not worth the 2,000 and the like honestly, like if I hard drew this, it was way better because I was just like, oh, it's just like an added end board for me. It also helps play through Nibiru because it lets you go, or not like play through Nibiru, but it lets you end on like interruptions. If you get Nibiru, you get to go Fusion Destiny, special summon out the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and then if they nib, you can just pop your own stuff, pop it, and then you have at least a pop next turn, and you usually have a seal at that point as well. So you'll also get like an Abs Router or something like that. You can pop the Abs. What is it? Like you can pop Abs Router, get to add. It's nice. So yeah, it was good. Fusion Destiny was solid, but it honestly the worst part about this was if I Chaos Rulered and I milled either of these cards. That sucked because it basically forced me to add one of these cards to hand. Now you can circumvent this by like just not Chaos Rulering and just summoning up Warlord Savage. But I mean, I love Chaos Ruler. It's such a good card. So let's go to the extra deck. Extra deck was nice. It was Striker, Pisty, So obviously Striker was awesome. Unreal card. I love Striker Dragon. Pisty I summoned one time, and it's basically a second Striker Dragon because you do not have Striker, especially because I don't play World Legacy Guard Dragon. Like, it's honestly just a second striker. Maybe you can like extend. You can usually, if you draw like, if you're in a top deck situation and you top deck black or white, special summon it, summon off the Pisty, add the other one, and then go into seal. Like that's I think that's the only time I used that today. So it was all right. It was you need it. So Romulus, great card. Lets you add the Dragon Ravine. Lets you combo off. 2 seal. Up until almost about, like I was about to enter, I was only playing one of this, and I was playing Apollosa in the extra deck, and I decided to take out Apollosa last minute and put in the second seal, and I was right, I think. The second seal literally never came up, because, especially because I play Verte, you can usually go Verte before you go, like, instead of seal, because Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is might be a better card than Erratic Seal. No, I think Seal's better. But Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is pretty good. Anyway, this was good. It was great, but I think I only need one, to be honest. Quad Whirl. This card's crazy when you can hit the opponent's Verte and you get 2 special summons off your Quad Whirl. It's a literally free access code. It's crazy. IP Masquerena was great. Predaplant, as I said, I only summoned this once. It's definitely not worth the $80 I paid for the stupid card. But yeah. Halka Fibrax. This card was poo-poo. I literally didn't use it one time this tournament. But if I were to play again, I'd probably take out the seal and put it in Selene, so then I could Halk into the Selene combo and go into free access code. I think it helps with OTKs. It doesn't make me have to, like, you know, jump through hoops to, like, kill someone. Then Nightmare Unicorn. It's great. Unicorn twice, and usually you just unicorn to, like, go and climb an access code. Access code was crazy today. This card's so good in DragonLink because you literally have, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different attributes. So it lets you, and you go through 1, 2, 3 usually on turn 1. So you have already usually have like 3, and then if you go into like the Hulk and you do the Selene combo, which I think I'm gonna put back in, it's crazy. Chaos Ruler, Warlord, Hot Red, the Holy Trinity. Chaos Ruler was not as good today because I had Fusion Destiny in there. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep that around. I might actually cut the Fusion Destiny stuff, maybe play some crossout designators, Call by the Grave. I might just play more gas, to be honest. I don't know, but it was okay. It was great. I mean, it's like one of the best cards in the deck, but like the bricks really like hurt it. And then Borreload Savage was great. It's good. Honestly, this is like your follow-up. Like, you summon this card like so much in your follow-up. This is more your turn 1. You summon this in turn 1, and then this is more of like a turn 3 play, to be honest. Like, a lot of the time I'll just normal synchro on Special Abs Rider, synchro into the Borreload Savage, have a negate, and then be able to go off from there, or go off, and then, yeah, like, honestly, that's, like, one of my plays, especially in the grind game. This card's really good. And then Destroyer was crazy today. This card was so good. It won me, like, 3 games, but I don't know if it was worth the bricks. I honestly have to test it out more. It's really close. I could cut them. I might not. It was really good, but I don't know if it was the worth it. I don't know if it was worth it. You got your tokens. Dino Wrestler, Pankratops. This card literally didn't see once. I mean, in theory, it's a great card. It's good against back row. Good against pretty much any deck. It's a decent card. But yeah, I didn't see it, so I don't know if it was good. Draw and Lockbird. Oh man, honestly, with my matchups, I wish this was Lancia. I wish I played 3 Lancia on the side instead. This card was in for Drytron because I need something for Drytron. Lancia isn't good enough for Drytron. But yeah, no, I should have probably not played this and played Lancia instead. I was really close to doing that, but then you play the Gamma and Driver package. This might be in the main deck as well if I take out the Fusion Destiny stuff, because I don't mind playing like 1 brick in 42 card deck, especially now that I've played like with 2 or 3, and yeah. So because honestly, once you play the Fusion Destiny, if you draw another one, it's a brick. So you're almost playing like 4 bricks. But if you open it and you played with Destroyer, like, it's crazy. I can't get over it, honestly. Card's crazy, but it's like so, like, you have to play a lot of like bad stuff to like get to the goods, even though the bad stuff can like turn good later. Like, it's complicated. It's a good card though. Anyway, back to Gamma. Might play this card because Driver might be worth it, but yeah, this card was really good today. I used it. I think I only used it twice, but every time I used it, like, I don't know if it won me the game, but it was probably close. Triple Tactic Talents. This card also was in a main deck slot, and then I took it to the side over the Chamber Dragon Maids, or Chamber Dragon Maid Tidying. This was in the main, and I was at 42, and I was like, you know what? We'll play the Chamber. We'll play more going. That is a going first card, and this will be like the side going first card. It was okay today. I actually don't think I resolved it. Did I even resolve it? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe not. This card was, in theory, it's a great card. So I sided it. I don't think I saw it, and it definitely didn't like do anything crazy today. So I don't know. It's you definitely don't need it. If you can't afford it, just don't buy it. 2 Cosmic Cyclones and Harpy's Feather Duster. Cosmic over Twin Twister because I thought maybe if I saw Outlich, that'd be good. Phantom Knights, that would be good. And so I thought Cosmic over Twin Twister. I also wanted to make sure to keep a card in my hand. And then Harpy's Feather Duster was great, but I don't think I used it today, to be honest. I might have used it like once, but didn't like do anything crazy. I didn't play against a ton of back row decks. Same with Red Reboot. I think I didn't see this once, so theory it's good. And then IO. I actually saw IO twice, and both times it was dead because they didn't have like the spell cards that they play, or like I think my end board was so bad I had to like set IO, and they just beat me that turn without like caring about a spell. It was like against Phantom Knights because he scooped her game 1, and then I didn't know what he was playing, so I put in IO. No. I forget. It's all good. Anyway, that was the game, or the deck. It was very solid. I really liked it today. I mean, top 4, baby, let's go. So I'm pretty excited about that. I played, so round 1, I played against Phantom Knights, and I lost. And that was the first round of the day. And I remember it was game 3, and I had the option of playing Chamber Dragon Maid or Starly Schaefer. And so Starly Schaefer would let me go for an early seal, which would then let me, like play around Nibiru. but Chamber Dragon Maid put a tidying in my hand, and then I could probably extend from there. But then I got greedy, and I went Chamber Dragon Maid and did all the plays from there, and he nibbed me, and I didn't have the seal on board, so I had no follow-up. And then I had IO in my hand. That's what, I had IO, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll set IO Dragon Maid tidying, and I didn't have, like, he was playing Phantom Knights, so he just, like, blew through my board, and it was no problem. So, yeah, probably shouldn't have sided in IO, to be honest, but that was kind of a misplay. Round 2 was against Tri-Brigade, so I played against Tri-Brigade round 2 and 3. The second round, he disconnected, which sucked. It was kind of a free win. It was game 3. Now, I thought I was doing okay anyways, because I was going for a huge access code to pop his board, and he would have had no cards in hand, or like he would be in a top deck situation. So it'd be like, okay, can he top deck like something crazy? And he only had like 2 or 3 Winged Beasts in grave. So I was like, okay, you know what? He's in top deck scenario. I'd have a huge access code on board. Can I do it? But he ended up disconnecting, which sucked. So if you're watching this, sorry, buddy. That I didn't take pleasure in winning that way. But then round 3, I had to play Tri-Brigade again, so it was kind of like a rematch. And he opened so bad, I almost felt bad. Like, he opened like game 1 was okay. Like, I think he went first, and I pushed through his board, and I was pretty happy about that. And then game 2, oh my god, he went Desires. I ashed. He had a second Desires in hand. He had a Revolt. And then I think he had like, what was it? It was like not like cross out. Like, it was so bad. And he was just like, hey, whatever, like, I'm gonna set. And then he top decked, like, after I did my play, I didn't kill him, but I made like a couple negates. He top decked Revolt again, and he was like, I'm done, I'm out. And I'm like, yeah, it's a bad beat. Round 4, played against Virtual World, and I was a little bit nervous about this because a guy in my locals plays Virtual World, and it was pretty good. It was definitely a good match, but I ended up pulling it out game 3, which was awesome. And then round 5, I was playing for getting top 4. We were both playing to get top 4, and he played Adamantipator, and we went to game 3, and it was a huge grind, but I ended up coming out on top, and it was a really well fought game. I was really happy. So yeah, that was the deck. Definitely recommend trying out this. See how you do. As I said, if you don't have this, don't worry about it. Don't play it. Just play the other cards and like play like, I don't know, maybe another Nocto. It was so good. And yeah, like maybe play a few more hand traps. Maybe try out throw in some gammas. Maybe put some talents in there. Yeah, or play it. It's good too. I think it's good. And it's like, honestly, I think that the bricks are worth it. It's just how much do bricks really peeve you off? Because if bricks really are not your thing, don't play it, because you'll draw you'll draw them every game. It's ridiculous. And you'll mill them too, which sucks even more. But if you're okay with bricks and you can play optimally, even if you have some bricks, give it a try. So yeah, guys, that was Ryu9535. Again, go down to the comments, let me know, hit the subscribe button, and I appreciate you guys. And yeah, have a great time, great day, great life. Peace.